Why invest? Again, to cover what we talked about last time, again, why do we want to invest? What we talked about last session was for financial security was one reason, to cover health care expenses, especially in retirement, that will certainly be a much larger cost. And lastly, we talked about enjoying retirement. That's why we work so long, so hard, is to be able to be in that position to enjoy retirement. Now, there are other reasons other than those three, of course. Let's talk about a couple of them there. Let's just say to be able to go on vacations, even before retirement. Me and my wife, we know someone who that is essentially what they do to basically fund their vacations is investing. Maybe you want to buy that car, whether it be a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, McLaren, Porsche, whatever. So maybe that's what you want to do. So those are other things that maybe you want to be able to generate investment to then pay for those things. Hopefully other things that would be more balanced in nature would be things such as to build generational wealth for your children and their successors, again, generation to generation. Also for charitable reasons. Maybe you want to start a foundation, maybe you have a certain charity or charities and maybe you would also like to contribute to. Those would be also very good reasons as far as investing is concerned. Okay, so those were reasons why to invest. Now, what is investing? Let's touch on that for a minute. Investing is what? So there are multiple ways that you can look at investing, but let's look at a different type of investing. Again, let's go back to balance rather than financial investing. So you can invest in yourself, okay? Whether that be education or skills. Throughout my career, I've always promoted that for various companies that I've worked for, to develop yourself. Go back to school, take some classes, learn new skills, especially in my current job. For our shop, I work for a manufacturing company. We always encourage for the shop employees to learn new skills, to then be able to develop and essentially grow their careers. The other aspect of investing in yourself would be in your health. I personally feel very strongly about investing in your health. So I think it's important, again, this is my opinion, to eat right most of the time, not always, very, very difficult to do that all the time, but essentially, eat right for the most part and exercise. I think that's really important for your physical health. Your mental health is also very important. So as far as that goes, maybe this isn't really investing. I'm going to touch on a point here. For women, as far as their mental health is concerned, maybe retail therapy might apply to you. I don't really see that as a mental health investing, but I'm going to stop right there so I don't get myself in too much trouble. All right, so let's go back to financial investing. Okay, so what is investing? So essentially, simply, investing is buying assets to make you money, okay? And buying assets to make you money for appreciation, for those assets to appreciate or generate dividend income or interest income or some other type of passive income, okay? So again, those are essentially what financial investing is, buying assets to essentially grow through appreciation, dividends, interest, or some other type of passive income. Okay, so let's talk about liabilities now, which is essentially the opposite of assets. So liabilities, simply stated, is what you owe. Okay, what you owe. Okay, so that would be in effect your mortgage loan would be what you owe, credit card debt, bank loan, student loan would be examples of debt or liabilities. So those are some examples of assets. Apologize for backing up. Would be, let's say, your house. Again, what you own. So you own your house. Now, a house can actually be both, as in most cases that would be true, where you own your home, but you also have a mortgage on your home as well. So home can be both an asset and a liability. Your car, similar in nature. You could have a car loan as well, and so you therefore have the asset of your car plus a car loan. Okay. Other examples of assets are stock, which we will certainly get into as we proceed. Stocks, bonds, real estate. Okay, all assets. Other alternative assets, and I won't get too much into this. Cryptocurrency, artwork. There's a number of things that would be classified as assets, which again, what you own. Okay, so we've touched on assets, we've touched on liabilities. So let's talk about the term net worth. Net worth is a simple calculation of your total assets minus your total liabilities. Okay, so those are three terms that I wanted you to be familiar with. Again, assets, liabilities, and net worth. All right. Okay, so what is the goal? Okay, so the ultimate goal here is to essentially set yourself up so that through the process of investing, that you then have, I'll call it non-labor related income or passive income. So your investments are essentially generating passive income. Again, so it's not working income, which is labor income, right? So again, passive income is the key through the process of investing. So to me, the goal is, okay, to again simply state that, is to build your earning or appreciating assets. Okay, earning, appreciating assets. Okay, those would be things such as stocks, bonds, real estate, appreciating and or generating some type of income. Okay, bad type of asset is a car. Depreciating, okay, costs you money, depreciates, does not, essentially, it's not an earning asset. Okay, you want to also reduce your bad liabilities, again, such as a car loan, credit card debt, also bad debt. Good debt would be, your mortgage would be considered good debt, or a business loan. If you're starting a new business and you obtain a business loan to get your business going, that would be good debt, because that debt is used to then build upon your business. Okay. All right, so thank you all again for watching my video, and again, as always, please share, view, and or subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you for those who have subscribed, and we'll see you soon.